Hey guys, Bruce here, and I want to share my testimony with you as far as how I got saved. Everybody has a testimony as a Christian. They're all exciting. Mine was no different. It was exciting. It was a miracle. It was 1970. I was going to college, working full time, taking a full load. My wife was working full time. We had a brand new baby, and we were both making $1.65 an hour, which was minimum wage, and I worked for her father, which shows you how much of a benefit that was. But it was getting to be Christmas. We had been involved in drugs, mostly more than anything else, just marijuana, but still we got stoned a lot, and we were spiritually hungry. There was something in us that was driving us to search for more, and so we joined the campus Presbyterian Church, and boy, they just latched onto us. Fresh meat. We're gonna use them for Sunday school teachers, and so they hired us as Sunday school teacher, or used us as Sunday school teachers, and we didn't even know Jesus. Anyway, it was getting to be Christmas, and we had an angel tree program at the church where you could get a name off of a tree. It would give you the name and the address of the person, what their child's ages and sizes were, and what they were hoping to get for Christmas. And we decided that year, the Spirit of God was moving on us, and we didn't know it. But we decided that year we were going to use all the money that we were going to normally spend on Christmas presents for our entire families and use them for this one little black girl. She was 17. She had a 3-year-old child. Her husband had left her. She was living in a little shotgun house in Shantytown. And we got into it, and one night with all our families there, we told them of our plans, that we were going to be hand-making presents, that it wasn't going to be the typical Christmas present, and we hoped they understood, but we were going to use this money to give to this little black girl. And we really got into it. Best Christmas I've ever had, bar none. We spent an entire month making Christmas presents and using the money that we were saving to buy Christmas presents for this little girl, and we probably spent $80 or $90 on Christmas presents for her, which back then, when you're making $1.65 an hour, it was a lot of money for us. And we were thrilled with it. I mean, we were not resentful at all. This was an exciting thing for us. We lived out in the country. Our landlord was a deputy sheriff who lived in the front house, and we lived behind him on his old home place. He knew we got stoned all the time, and he was cool with it. So here it is, Christmas Eve. We're baking cookies, we're wrapping presents. We're supposed to bring all the presents over to this little black girl at 6:30, I think it was, at night. So we're stoned all day, doing our thing, and it gets to the point where it's time to sort of wrap things up and think about delivering them. And we started to look for the little piece of paper that we got from the angel tree. We could not find that little piece of paper anywhere. So we tore the house apart, literally, room by room, garbage by garbage. We looked everywhere, under furniture, in the playpen, in the closets, anywhere, and we could not find it. In desperation, we called our pastor, got a hold of him. It was a Saturday, and he said, "Bruce," he said, "I don't keep track of any of those names. That comes from the parish government." And he didn't have any answers for us, and he said, and their office is closed. He said, I'm afraid you're just going to have to forget it. And it just absolutely killed us. So here we are, we don't have any answers, and it's about 5 or 5:30, and we have to get going. And because she will be waiting, she knew that somebody picked her name, she knew that she was getting some presents for her child, and the weight of it was just killing us. And the only thing we could think of was that possibly we had thrown it out in the trash. Now, living in Louisiana, in rural Louisiana, there's no trash service. This was our landlord's old home place, as I said. large piece of property. Way in the back of the piece of property is where his burn pile was. And he would let trash build up there for 1 or 2 weeks, go back on his tractor, drinking his beer, set the pile on fire, push it around with his tractor. He loved his tractor, and leave again. So so we start walking back to the back of the property, and we come around the bend and look. And this trash pile, mind you, is probably 100 feet by 100 feet. Huge. It had been there for years, decades. And it was old broken bottles and rusted tin cans and just the typical stuff that ends up at a person's home place. We come around the corner and we see smoldering ash. And here comes Tom on his tractor. He had just burned the trash pile. And we had taken the trash out the day before in the afternoon. And I just stopped where please excuse me because I'm going to cry. Told the story 150 times, and every single time I cry. We came around the bend. It's burning, or burnt. Just absolutely a black patch of ash. And I stop. And my wife, bless her heart, she just kept going. And she walked out into the middle of that pile of burnt trash. And she looked up to God and she said, God, if you're real, give me that name. And she flung herself face first down in that pile of black ash. And she stuck out her hand and she grabbed a piece of paper and she pulled it up. And there was a name. It had burned down to it. And we made it with 3 minutes to spare. That's how I got saved, and I just wanted to bless you with that and let you know that God is a God of miracles, and He does want to do miracles in your life. Thank you for listening to this. I hope it blessed you. It blesses me to tell it every time. Thank you for putting up with my tears. I love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.